Lori Lesnar and Greg Kronovitz, the PR committee co-chairs, up for the Hall of Fame induction. Good afternoon. The PR committee received numerous nominations, and each nomination showed a great deal of contribution to the profession. This award, though, is specifically for those people who have been active statewide.
Tag team. Every other year, the PR committee evaluates the nominations of members for induction into the Hall of Fame to recognize substantial long-term contribution to the library field. And in the other years, we work on the Public Relations Awards, and I want to remind everybody to save your PR efforts to nominate yourselves for next year. But for the Hall of Fame, we're recognizing people who've been active for at least 10 years, contributing to libraries and librarianship either on a statewide or on a regional level. And there are many people that we can recognize, and this year we're recognizing 3 active librarians who are still in the field, although retired librarians are eligible. And we're really happy to make this presentation today, and we've invited folks who've nominated and know these people to make the induction. So without further ado, I want to introduce Bernie Margolis.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity to participate in inducting a wonderful colleague in the Massachusetts Library Association Hall of Fame. You all can read of Ruth's amazing accomplishments. She started here on the beach in Falmouth. Plymouth, couple consortium, and so on. I thought most appropriate though today is to focus on at least 4 of the attributes that I think are important for you to know about this wonderful colleague. Dedicated, thoughtful, creative, and smart. Those are all characteristics that have given her great success in all of her positions, and I think will carry her forward even more in some of the challenges ahead of the Boston Public Library. But they are important qualities that I think we all should look for in people who we want to induct into our Hall of Fame, people who give us a chance to say we are professional librarians, we work in a world of professional service, and we are dedicated to that because we improve people's lives. The aspect of being thoughtful, that we do in fact lead political institutions that have to be very, very thoughtful in how they manage resources so that they can be successful. Creative, certainly, because there aren't, as I think Rob just told us, there aren't enough resources for us to do everything we always want to do, so we have to figure out new ways and creative ways of using those resources. And smart, because we've got a lot of competition, a lot of other people who need to understand that what libraries do and what librarians do as part of that important institutional delivery is important work for all of the citizens of our communities. So Greg said I only had a short period of time. I told him that the amount of time available I couldn't say hello to you in. So with that, I hope you'll put your hands together and give a very warm applause to Ruth Kowal as she's inducted in the Hall of Fame.
It's always a thrill to see my old, well, I won't call you old actually, my long-term colleagues and friends, and to have a chance to meet the great new librarians who've come into our profession. Bernie stole one of my lines. I was going to say I learned most of what I needed to know to be a good librarian in the hands of Ann Haddad, who was the director of the Falmouth Public Library, sitting out on Old Silver Beach. We not only were a boss and an employee and had a good, great working relationship, but we became very good friends and have remained so for all of the 30-some years since I first started in Falmouth. When you get an award like this, it makes you think back over time, and I was glad to hear that you had to have been working 10 years, because I realized maybe that's really all I've been working. I haven't been working since 1971. It's an exciting profession. It's been exciting for the time I've been working. It's still exciting. And I was thinking of a couple of things to sort of pass along. You gotta like people. My favorite hour of the week is the hour I spend on our information desk in the lobby of the Johnson Building, meeting the people who actually come in to use the service of the Boston Public Library. It's a great opportunity for me to see how things really work on the front lines, and you gotta like people. You gotta want to help them. You gotta want to work with them. If you aren't having fun in your job, you need to think about it. We do a lot of hard work. We have to make a lot of hard decisions every day. But if it stops being fun, you really do need to think about, am I in the right place anymore? And be prepared to make a move in your career. And we have to keep learning. I had a period of time when I was out for a little bit of surgery last year and couldn't go back to work, but my brain was in great shape. I said, I'm going to learn how to use an MP3 player and download music. And I love it now, but I felt, I was falling behind technologically, and I think for all of us, doesn't matter if you just got out of Simmons or URI 2 or 3 years ago, or those of us who've been practitioners for the long term, we got to keep up with it, and we have to work at that, because the way we deliver our services now is so dependent on new and different tools, and they are changing so rapidly. I really want to thank everyone for this honor and for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about a profession that has been as rewarding as any I can possibly think of, and I hope you all feel that way too about what you do. It's great work.